Greetings, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and welcome to your July 2021 General Love Reading. I trust that you have been doing well. Before we go ahead and get started, I did want to mention a few things regarding the energies. So please note that this is a general reading for those who resonate with the sign of Cancer, meaning this message may not resonate with every Cancer out there. If this is not your story, then please do not try to make it fit. Tarot is energy work, so we want to ensure that we're using it responsibly and maturely. And so we give forth great love and honoring. Let's go ahead and begin your reading. All right, Cancer. So we will get some cards first from the Romance Angels to start out your reading. We're going to see what kind of energies you may be dealing with in the month of July, or really any time that you receive this message. As we know, time is not linear, so this message may resonate at any time that it is received. All right, Cancer. So let's see what we have for you. So please, Spirit, give me 3 cards for my beautiful Cancer. What must Cancer know? And also happy birthday to all of you Cancers out there. I know it is your season here. So whether you are a June or a July Cancer, either way, a happy solar return, and may this next year of your life be a bountiful and beautiful one. So beautiful Cancer. Okay, so right off the bat, we have reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life, and we also have forgiving and learning. As you heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. All right, Cancer. So I hate to say it, but honestly, what came into my mind was like that term, like, look what the cat dragged in. So it's almost telling me, Cancer, I do feel that there's somebody who is coming here deeply in remorse, wanting some sort of forgiveness from you. Definitely somebody from your past, okay? We also have finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. And we also have calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So whenever I see the finances and career card, to me, more than anything, this is just telling me that someone in this connection is dwelling in a lack mentality. This card is very similar to that of the 5 of Pentacles, right? So it's almost like this woman, you know, it's male or female, doesn't matter, but it's really speaking to an individual who's surrounded by everything that they need, but because of their mindset, they feel as though they are somehow lacking or that they don't have enough. So this can be on your person's end of things, Cancer, or this could be some sort of emotion that you have been dealing with in your recent energy. We also have that calling in your soulmate energy. So I do feel that this is on the other person's end of things, Cancer. It seems as though this person is trying their best to call you in after a time of feeling separate from you. Okay, so some of you could have gone through some sort of breakup or separation from someone, but it does seem like on their end of things, they are wanting forgiveness because they feel separate without you. I feel that this individual, right off the bat, it does seem as though they are in remorse or regret about something that they have done towards you, Cancer. We also have let go of control issues, allow the situation to unfold naturally. So when we see this energy, Cancer, more than anything, this is telling me that if for some of you, there is a reconciliation that's coming, but you don't necessarily desire to have this individual back into your life, more than anything, especially with forgiving and learning here, it still would be very wise for you, Cancer, to give forgiveness to this individual. Even if it's something that's challenging or hard, or you might still see things differently, the forgiveness isn't only for the sake of the other individual, but actually for the sake of yourself. Because if you hold any negativity within yourself whatsoever, whether it's remorse, shame, regret, anger, any of those type of things, what ends up happening is that we cause tears in our own personal energetic field, and from those tears our energy will be drained and given over to a connection that we may not necessarily want it to be. So this is where we have to be very responsible with our energy and recognize places where we may need to now seal these energy distortions up. Okay, so Cancer, let's go ahead and continue here. It's interesting as well because I am seeing unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. So maybe for some of you, that's what I meant when I said, like, look what the cat dragged in type of energy, is that I just genuinely feel that for some of you, it's too little too late for this individual. Some of you may choose to give this person forgiveness, but not necessarily allow them back into your life. But let's see here, Cancer. I will get some energy cards as well. So let's see what energies are surrounding this connection. All right. So please give me one card for my Cancers. What must Cancer know at this time? Thank you. So we have number 22, yin yang. This is, of course, the polar opposites. This is divine masculine and divine feminine energy. So some of you, Cancer, being a water sign, you may have been dealing with somebody who was a fire sign. It doesn't necessarily have to be, but I do see that there is major differences between you and this individual. And perhaps at one time it really did work, but perhaps for some of you now you're starting to recognize that you need something more. But let's see here. So please give me one more card. What must Cancer know regarding this reconciliation? Thank you. Okay, interesting. So we have number 8, indecision, very similar to the 2 of Wands. This seems that, you know, for somebody in the situation, it seems as though they've been repeating some sort of cycle time and time again, and now they are being faced with having to make a decision. They finally have to decide which path it is that they're going to choose, because ultimately that's going to determine the direction that their life goes. It could be on your person's end of things, Cancer. This person may have finally reached like an ending of a cycle, because number 8 does speak to cycles as well. It is the infinity symbol. So what I'm seeing here is that it almost seems like this person has been repeating some sort of cycle in some way in their life to such an extent that now the universe is giving them no other choice but to finally make exactly that, a firm decision, a choice, and go with it. So let's see what else we have here. Please give me one more card for Cancer and this connection. What must Cancer know? Okay, so we have number 12, the Temple Path. Okay, so for some of you, Cancer, this individual could be experiencing what feels like some sort of spiritual awakening for themselves. They could be adopting like new beliefs or ideologies as well. That could be what it is that is kind of provoking this person to come towards you. Overall, it does look like this person, more than anything, Cancer, they're coming towards you seeking redemption, seeking forgiveness. It does seem that they genuinely feel guilty regarding something that they may have done or said to you. Okay, and on the bottom here we have number 11, cornucopia. So cornucopia is a very beautiful energy because it is similar to the 10 of Pentacles, but even beyond that, not only does it speak to having it all, but being able to also enjoy the fruits of your labor. So having abundance, having plenty. And I feel that this is really what is in store for you either way, Cancer, is that you have like a beautiful abundance and harvest to enjoy from in the future of your life. Whether you're aware of it or not, there's good times coming to you. There's going to be many reasons to celebrate and be in joy. And sometimes, yeah, we have number 9, broken heart. Sometimes these reconciliations, they come to us simply because they require closure. They require that forgiveness and ultimately the wisdom that we've earned from going through that experience. So let's see what we have for you first, Cancer. I'm going to pull first for the feminine and then for the masculine. However, as we do know, we do all have masculine and feminine energy within each and every single one of us. And so therefore, if you do feel that the roles must be reversed, then please do so, as you do know your own story best, okay? So please, Spirit, give me one card for my Cancers. So we have number 36, hole in the soul. What I think is very interesting about this, Cancer, I think this is very much related to this broken heart, because 3 + 6 is 9, and this broken heart card is also a number 9. So what this is telling me is that for a lot of you, intuitively, you may already know that you are not going to be welcoming this individual back into your life. We have the 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron, which speaks to your Ajna chakra, which is your third eye. That is essentially located where your pineal gland is. And we hear a lot of talk about this, but if you're not quite, if you're not quite initiated into the mysteries, if you will, then you may not know how to necessarily connect with that particular energy point. But the beautiful thing about your energy in particular, Cancer, is that you are essentially a well of knowledge. You're ruled by the moon, which also does rule over this specific energy center. So for a lot of you, you're really being called to use your intuition during this time and when this connection comes forward, because it seems as though, there may be something here where you need to look a little bit deeper into what is being presented in front of you, okay? Especially if this person has already left you with some sort of feeling of being fragmented or missing some part of yourself in some way, or they've broken your heart. In order to not repeat cycles, Cancer, this indecision card could be for you. You may end up having a bit of a struggle making the decision, but remember that oftentimes we have to make a decision based off of what intuitively and intrinsically feels right to us. So rather than taking in information from the others, from the external world, this is really going to be a time, Cancer, where you have to ask yourself what you truly need and what you truly desire, okay? So on the bottom here, we also have number 14, soulmate. There it is. All right, Cancer. So, what I feel that is going to make this situation even more challenging is that some of you are definitely dealing with a soulmate, an individual who you have been separated with for some time. And so there may be that sense of familiarity that kind of draws you in and makes, you know, almost tempts you to go ahead and see what just might happen with this individual. Okay, but again, Cancer, you know, this is going to also then require that since the time of the separation, not only have you done your work and spiritual changes and upgrades, but it also would require that this person has also done the same. With the Temple path here, for some of you, this individual could have made some sort of significant changes, and this is why you are to cross paths with this individual again. But let's go ahead and see. So I'm going to pull one card for this person now, Cancer. Let's see what's going on their side of things. So please give me one card for the person Cancer is dealing with. What does my Cancer need to know? Thank you. All right, so we have hypnos, sleep. This is interesting. Just as a side note, Cancer, the etymology for the word hypnosis is actually pretty interesting. So it's from the Greek word, or essentially well, yes, it's Greek. So what it means is hypno, it means to place under, and gnosis means knowledge. So essentially to be hypnotized is to be placed under the knowledge or the, yes, essentially the knowledge of another, usually through some form of intent. So this person could have been someone who was asleep for some time in some way. There was certain things that they were not able to perhaps see or really understand. And now this person is feeling as though they've been awakened to some sort of revelation or news. Okay, so let's see on the bottom here, we have Nada. So this is perfection. And what I love about this energy here is that Nada, he was actually the I suppose you can say like the chief of his clan or the ruler of his people. And essentially in their mythology, you can only be a ruler or a king if you are whole. And so he defended his kingdom and he actually came out victorious. However, through the battle, he lost one of his arms. And so therefore he was seen as imperfect, and he lost his rulership. But what happened was that somebody actually created for him this mechanical arm, this golden arm. And so he was actually called Nada, the golden arm, if you will. So he was actually able to rule again because he was seen as whole. So what I feel like here is, because I do see it on this person's end of things, Cancer, this individual genuinely feels like a sense of separation from you. But not only that, I feel that when you last connected with this person, there was something that was missing for them in general. That's why they are showing up as sleep here. There was something that they didn't feel that made them perhaps feel incomplete or not quite whole. Okay, but we will definitely see more, because it almost seems like this person is returning with some sort of hope that they will be able to approach you as a whole being, as not missing anything that they need. Because we also have hole in the soul here. So it's interesting because that's how we end up mirroring our soulmates in various ways, Cancer, where if this person feels like a lack mentality and that's how they maybe approach their relationships, what's going to end up happening is that you can reflect then the same thing back to them, right? And we also see Helios cycles here. So that's what I was saying. It seems as though somebody is breaking a cycle here, and I do feel that it's this individual, Cancer. We also have Achilles here, which is confidence. Okay, so this person, it does seem that after a time of them being somewhat unawakened to some aspects of themselves in their life, they've grown the confidence and the ability to break a cycle and to really become whole again. So this person could have been reliant on some sort of external thing in order to bring them gratification or pleasure. It doesn't necessarily have to be, you know, any sort of karmic cords or energies that we have. It's not always just addictions. It could be other sorts of bad habits that drain us. So I do feel that there was something here where this person was kind of in a state of sleep. You know, they could have perhaps like smoked way too much marijuana, or they could have been somebody who, you know, just was asleep in multiple ways, even consciously, right? They could be somebody who maybe consumed a lot of mainstream information and didn't really see the world with clear eyes, right? But let's go ahead here, Cancer, and get a little bit more before we begin with the tarot. So I'm going to see one more card for you, my beautiful Cancer. What must Cancer know at this time? So please give me one card for my Cancers, because I do see with this yin yang card, Cancer, this is telling me that there's very much like a polarity of opposites, where I feel that for you, Cancer, especially if you're watching tarot, it's more likely that you are kind of more of the intuitive, spiritual individual, as where this person, they may be more of an individual who was asleep in terms of their consciousness. They were more of an unconscious being, but it does seem that they are being awakened to something, because it seems like something that was missing is being granted to them. So this person could be definitely choosing with the temple path to go down a spiritual path. That's the decision that they're making, and they see you as a component of that with them. Okay, so we have number 33, vulva, and it says prophecy, guidance, and direction. So Cancer, what I love about this card is that the vulva is a very intrinsic card. It speaks to exactly that, like essentially your fate. Okay, and you being the one who is weaving your fate, your destiny. So what I feel is that for a lot of you, this decision lies within your hands. Also, on an interesting side note, for some of you, there was something that you may have said or prophesized or told this individual would happen, and I think that they might have experienced it in some way. Okay, so just have that in your awareness as well. So please give me one card for the individual that Cancer is dealing with. Okay, so we also have number 42, bliss, and it says contentment, satisfaction, and security. This is what I was saying, Cancer. It almost seems like this person was in an unstable place at one point, whether that was financially, mentally, whatever the case may be. And it was very much because they were in an unawakened state. So this person, I feel like they may have even had trouble with sleep. Okay, because we have two very different cards here. With this bliss card, it's almost like being able to lay your head down at night with ease, with no worries and things like that. So there may have been many things that this person was worried or stressed about at the time of your connection, or they were just simply swayed by things that, you know, kept them in a state of unconsciousness. Again, it just is really coming out here, Cancer. On the bottom, we also have number 2, Durya, and it says healer, nourishment, and nurture. So what's interesting is that this card is very similar to the High Priestess energy, which is your energy as well as Pisces. But either way, Cancer, as I mentioned, for some of you, you do actually have very strong intuitive abilities, and now is the time for you to really have faith in that. And even beyond that, this is how this person sees you. This individual, Cancer, sees you as part of their spiritual past, part of their spiritual journey. Whether they recognize it as that or not, this person just, it seems like they genuinely feel as though you are somebody that they need in their life, okay, for whatever reason. We also have number 12, Frigga, and it says readiness, bounty, and plenty. So remember, we had that cornucopia card as well, Cancer. Not only are some of you very intuitive, connected beings, you have like a very awakened consciousness within yourself, but also for a lot of you, you actually are very good at manifestation, especially with that close connection that you have with the lunar energies. It would totally make sense, Cancer, is that for a lot of you, you're able to provide a lot. You bring a lot to the table in terms of your value, in terms of your personality, your uniqueness, your creativity, and all these other things here, Cancer. Like, you have some very unique skills that just simply cannot be found in other places. And so, you know, it seems like this person does realize and understand that about you, Cancer, and this is why they're wanting to make a return into your life. Okay, so I feel like I get this a lot with you, Cancer. Like, a lot of you really do hold a lot of value, and it just seems like there's either, for some of you, it's even multiple people that you will be experiencing that want to make a reconciliation or have some sort of forgiveness from you in this upcoming time. Because I feel like ever since you've separated from this individual, Cancer, their life has seemed very dormant. Their life has seemed very, I would say, as if they haven't really been able to progress or move forward. And that is, they're coming to the recognition that the last time that they truly felt, you know, at bliss, the last time that they really truly felt this hope and excitement for the future was when they were last in connection with you. Okay, Cancer? So let's go ahead and get a little bit more. I'm going to use the tarot now first for you. So let's see what's going on with my Cancers. So please give me one card for my Cancers. What must Cancer know at this time? Thank you. Oh, there we have it. So we have the 5 of Pentacles here. Cancer, I will be quite honest, especially with the hole in the soul card being on your side of things, there could be this mutual sense of separation or feeling locked out from, you know, your own heart, your own soul. What I love about the 5 of Pentacles energy, though, is that Cancer, in terms of ancient wisdom, it is known that you are the pentagram. Pentagram actually is has a very intimate relationship with the sign Venus as well, or sorry, the planet Venus. But the thing is, why I say that you are the pentagram is that you are the human being. You have one head, 2 arms, and 2 legs. Even when you look at your hands, you have 5 fingers. Well, most of us do, right? And we have 5 toes on each of our legs, etc. So we are what is called phi-based beings. This is the geometry of Mother Nature. And essentially what this is letting you know is that, you know, you can, sometimes we can spend an entire lifetime, Cancer, searching for wisdom, knowledge, answers, you know, this feeling of belonging and all of these other external things. But the reality is that what we oftentimes come to find is that what we've truly been searching for and the thing that we truly need the most is ourself. And there will never be any more powerful relationship that we ever have in our life than that of which we have with ourself. So do not lock yourself out of the temple of yourself. For some of you, you're very much being called to actually commit to doing meditation. Try guided meditations. Try doing meditation for 5 days or 5 minutes a day. The thing is that with any other skill, it's the same thing. You're better off doing a little bit every day in order to see true long-lasting results rather than sporadically trying something and then, you know, giving it up because it doesn't necessarily work or you're not seeing the results. So some of you are really being called to start connecting with your intuitive abilities. There's so much information out there about meditation, and there's a huge reason why some of the most successful and influential people in the world truly stand behind meditation and visualization in order to keep themselves balanced and to really discover the true answers for themselves. Because at the end of the day, Cancer, the only person who knows the answers to the path that you're going towards, you can watch a million tarot readings, but it always comes back down to you. We always have free will. So just remember, you know, I believe it's Sack Rock, I can't remember the song's name right now, but what she says in the song, it's so beautiful and I love it. And I'm actually going to put a link to that song in the description because I'm being told that someone out there really needs to hear that song. And essentially what she says is that I spent my entire life searching, looking at outside sources while the only voice that ever mattered came from me. Right? So just remember that, Cancer. Don't ever forget that portion of yourself. Spirit will never leave you. Spirit will never leave you in the cold. Spirit is always there with you, right? And that's what it's showing you as well in that card. This person's not even alone. Even though they feel like they're alone, it's because of their perspective that they can't even see that they have someone there with them. That someone who's there with them is actually you. It's actually your spirits. Don't isolate yourself from yourself, Cancer, okay? So we also have the Magician and the Page of Swords, okay? So that's what I'm saying for a lot of you, Cancer, is that you definitely do have these huge manifestation qualities. If you can unlock that potential and energy within yourself and recognize that the most powerful tool that you will ever have is your own willpower, is your own spirit, then honestly, Cancer, the world is your oyster, as they say, like eat it up. Like there's so much that is available to you. We actually live in such a huge time of abundance as well. There's never been more abundance on the planet, despite what you might see on the news and the media and what other people tell you because of their negative attitudes and other such things. I'm telling you the truth, Cancer, there has never been more abundant and opportunistic time on this planet. So take advantage of it because truly the world is at your fingertips. We have the Page of Swords here as well. So I will be honest, Cancer, with this individual, there could have been some sort of mutual spying type of energy going on here, especially if you didn't necessarily receive the closure that you necessarily required or deserved in this connection. You could have been left in a place where you were seeking information just information about this connection elsewhere. That's oftentimes why people turn to tarot, is because they didn't really receive the closure or the answers that they need, so they need to gain higher perspective. So even the Page of Swords can be a form of you trying to gain higher perspective through going to tarot readings and other such things as well, Cancer. Okay, we have the Queen of Pentacles here. I'm telling you, Cancer, for some of you, you have so much to offer. Some of you are also incredibly physically beautiful as well. I love Cancer so much. Like I can't even begin to explain. You guys, male or female, you actually embody like pure divine feminine energy to like the highest purest degree. And so what that really means is that like you will even embody it physically, like male or female, like you're a very attractive person. You're probably quite magnetic as well. People are just naturally drawn to you and want to get to know you and are curious about you and things like that, because you even have a little bit of that mystery as well. Okay, so what I'm seeing here, Cancer, is just keep focusing on yourself, keep focusing on your vision, on your creation, on what it is that you're trying to manifest for yourself in the long-term ideal state of mind of what you see for your life, okay? Because you can truly have it should you choose, okay? Exactly. We have Temperance here as well. So Temperance is speaking all about making the impossible possible. What's also interesting is that Temperance is a symbol of initiation. So for some of you, you are being initiated into some of the secret teachings and the mystery teachings, if you will, of the universe. You're understanding that there's greater forces at play than what necessarily meets the eye. And through this realization, miraculous events can actually occur. And so, you know what I love about Temperance is that this individual, this angel, they are tempering together both fire and water. Remember that we had that yin yang card? So to merge together fire and water is essentially almost impossible, right? This is why it's a card of miracles, is because it's tempering together the polarizing opposites. It's making the impossible possible. So for you, Cancer, you might not even have this fully in your awareness yet, that not only is major healing coming for a lot of you, especially if you have been feeling this kind of void or vortex within your heart, this place that can't necessarily be filled. Not only is healing going to come, but also other miraculous events as well. And it all starts from discovering yourself first, Cancer, from putting yourself above all other things. Because to be honest, Cancer, why is it worthless to put any other individual before ourselves? Because the only thing that you truly ever will own in this lifetime is your soul and your body. And even the body is something that's temporary, but the soul, it is incorruptible, it is infinite, it never dies. And so just have that in your awareness as you move forward, that the only thing that you truly own is your soul, your spirit, right? All other things are subject to change. And this is actually something that should liberate you rather than making you feel trapped. Because now that you know this, Cancer, there is no limitations. There is nothing left to fear. When you know that you are a sovereign, infinite being, truly, all things are possible. Do not doubt the potential of the universe, right? We live in an incredibly intelligent universe. All things are possible. Okay. And we also have here the Six of Cups. So this is exactly it, Cancer. As we know, the Six of Cups can speak of like the past or reminiscing about past memories, usually good ones. So what I feel like is that this person, Cancer, they could be reminiscing about past times with you. And even for you, it could be something similar where you kind of, your mind has a tendency to go back to times when things were more simple. But I do see, Cancer, it is really indicating for a lot of you that despite all things, especially if you've been single and you've been doing a lot of inner work, keep doing what you're doing, because honestly, you are going to reach that 10 of Pentacles. Like, that is truly what's in store for you. And so, you know, oftentimes when you're doing all this inner work and you feel as though you've really made progress and you've let a lot of things go and you've gained a lot of things as well, and you've become so mature and you've just really been watering your own garden, sometimes it can feel lonely, right? But what I do see here, Cancer, is that we do have the Knight of Cups. So please note that the Knight of Cups, what the thing is to note about any knight is that the knight is on a mission. The knight is still on a quest. They have something that they either need to prove or overcome before they reach their throne. And this particular Knight of Cups, he is in search of love. He is in search of romance. So, or she, okay, either way. So this can even be you, Cancer, male or female, but this particular Knight of Cups is a female. So for some of you, you could really be pursuing, or you're being encouraged to pursue some sort of creative or spiritual endeavor to really go down that quest, because that actually may be the path that is truly meant for you. Okay, interesting. We also have the Knight of Pentacles as well. So this is interesting to note, Cancer, because some of you could be faced very soon here with multiple options. We have your card here as well, the Chariot. So I would say that also as well, keep in mind the Chariot, the individual who rides the Chariot is the mystic, is the adept or the master, the Emperor or the Empress. Okay, meaning, Cancer, that essentially, again, if you can learn how to master your own mind, if you can learn how to master your own body, that's what the two sphinxes represent here. The spiritual and the material, or sorry, the spiritual and the material, the conscious and subconscious. Okay, we live in a world or a universe of polarities. Without these polarities, nothing could exist. That's why we have masculine and feminine. So what this is telling you, Cancer, is that if you can learn how to merge together these very opposing parts of yourself and understand that beyond it, you are not a body and you are not a mind, but you are indeed a spirit. And you sit in the seat of your own throne, you come back home to yourself. Hence why the area between your head and the it's called your temples for a reason. So when the master returns home and takes ownership and starts to dictate and choose which way things go, that's how you can ride your chariot, which in this physical reality, you have an energetic body and you have a physical body. So your physical body is your chariot. That's why it's number 7. It speaks to the body. So for you, Cancer, if you want to see significant change, if you want to take quantum leaps in your reality. That power lies in your own hands, and it's just a matter of if you're going to take that opportunity or not. And I do feel like for a lot of you, you are embodying a very magnetic energy here, especially with this 9 of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles energy showing through, where you just appear to be an individual, or you give off the energy and essence of somebody who has so much to give, so much to offer. Even naturally, Cancer, in terms of relationships, you could be quite devotional as well, which draws in a lot of people also because your love is very authentic, it's very pure. So I'm not surprised if you're going to be having multiple options coming up here in your future. Some of you, perhaps there's a soulmate that's returning, although you may have some form of involvement with somebody else. Okay, that might not be for all of you, but I am sensing that as well. So let's go ahead, Cancer, and see what's going on with this individual on their side of things. And actually, before we begin, please give me one moment here, Cancer. Just want to make sure we are all good. Okay. All right. So, Cancer, let's see what is going on with this individual, because it seems like they were asleep, but now they are awake. So please give me one card here for my Cancers. What must Cancer know at this time? So we have the Queen of Wands here. Very interesting, Cancer. It could be either that this individual is involved with some sort of Queen of Wands energy, or they're embodying this energy themselves. Please keep in mind that the Queen of Wands is one of the most major cards of transformation. And that's what I was saying here, Cancer. There could have been something that happened in this person's life that made them feel very defeated, but much like a phoenix rising from the ashes, they could be making some sort of comeback or revival in some way. Okay, but let's see what else we have here. So please give me one more card. Interesting. So we had the Wheel of Fortune here, Cancer. So some of you could have definitely been dealing with a Sagittarius or a fire sign, but that's what I was saying, because we do have that yin yang card. So I feel like either way, Cancer, there's definitely very polarizing energies between you and this individual, okay? Where I feel like you are more of the magnetism and this person's more of the electricity, okay? So that's like masculine and feminine energy. So male or female, it doesn't matter. I just feel that you were more of the receptive individual, as where this person, Cancer, is more of the enforcer, if you will. Okay, we also have Justice here as well. So some of you could have been dealing with a Libra. It does not have to be. Either way, it does seem that justice is being served in some way. The laws of Ma'at, right? M-A-A-T. She is the goddess of matter. Okay, that's also where we get the etymology for the word mother. But essentially, overall, this is the universe, the cosmos, and justice speaks to universal law. Nothing escapes the law. There's a certain order to all things, and nothing escapes it. So this is very interesting here, Cancer, because it seems like the tables have turned in some way and justice is being restored. We also have the Four of Cups here as well. So that could have been how the tables have turned in some sense, is for you, Cancer. Maybe at one time this person made you feel left out in the cold and isolated and rejected in some way. And now suddenly the tables are turning and this person themselves are the one who finds themselves feeling in a place of rejection. That could be what ends up happening as well. Some of you could end up rejecting this person's offer, especially if they've already given you some form of a broken heart. You might not necessarily be so quick to let them back in. Okay, but let's see what else we have here. So please give me one more card for my Cancers. Thank you. Okay, so we have the King of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles here as well. Very interesting, because we have the Queen of Pentacles showing up here twice. I do feel, Cancer, that with this individual, they chose to act very cold and resistant. And it could even be that this person didn't even necessarily just choose to act cold and resistant, but oftentimes the King of Swords, he is somebody who is quite void of emotion, right? He doesn't really approach situations from a emotional standpoint. He more so approaches things from a logical mindset. As for you being the Queen of Pentacles, you could have been somebody who was, again, very much more down to earth, realistic, even just resourceful as well. And so these are kind of two very different energies as well, because with the Queen of Pentacles, Cancer, she really requires somebody to, like, in terms of partnership, she is self-sufficient on her own. It's not that she needs anyone or anything, but in terms of partnership, should she actually choose to let someone in, again, male or female, it doesn't matter. This has to be somebody who nourishes her, who replenishes her energy just as equally, right? The Queen of Wands is somebody who is a little bit more of that independent energy as well. So what I'm seeing here, Cancer, is that this may be where you have to then ask yourself what you truly require in terms of love. Because if you do know yourself to be somebody who, in terms of your connections, you like to nourish your relationships, you like to put in your time and your energy so that you can build something stable and long lasting, then you have to really be honest with yourself. Because with the King of Swords, again, for him, it's more so about things that have to really make sense on a logical scale. It's not about emotion, it's not about nurture for him, right? More than anything for this individual, it's all about essentially what is going to give him the most victory and success. He is the warrior king as well. That's why he has the sword in his hand, right? So this individual can have a tendency to be a little bit cold or even cutthroat as well. And I just see that being kind of that's like the yin yang energy again, Cancers. I feel like that's the big difference between you and this individual, is that, you know, there's going to be a decision that has to be made here for some of you, because some of you, it may not actually be the path that is meant for you. Okay, on the bottom we also have the Page of Pentacles. So this is an interesting energy to show through, simply because the Page of Pentacles is the neophyte. He is the student, he or she. So this is telling me that this individual, Cancer, they may still have some skills that they are in need of developing, or they're coming into the recognition of this, right? Where maybe this person has a lot of great skills in some other way. They could be somebody who's very intellectual, okay? They could be very smart, they could know a lot of things, they could perhaps even be quite business savvy and things like that. But in terms of, you know, building things for the long term, it seems that this person still has some skills that they need to develop, okay? And we do have the Nine of Swords here as well. So it is telling me also that maybe this person has been confronted with this through this awakening. This is what's woken this person up out of a state of sleep, Cancer, is that they're recognizing that there's still much that they would need to develop before they can come forth and offer something to you, okay? But we do have the Lover. So we have 3 cards in this reading talking about soulmate energy. So some of you are definitely dealing with a soulmate. And I will say, Cancer, okay, a soulmate and a twin flame are very different types of energies, okay? A soulmate, we can end up being with our soulmates. Oftentimes soulmates are lovers and other such things. And so what I'm seeing here for some of you, Cancer, is that this person is somebody that you are meant to cross paths with in this lifetime in order to learn very valuable lessons. For most of you, it's really been a lesson about your own personal value and self-worth, because what I feel like is for this person, especially if they are appearing as the King of Swords, they could have put, you know, a lot of your needs and desires on the back burner when the two of you were in connection with one another, okay? The King of Swords is also somebody who is willing to make sacrifices. So this person could have been where the two of you kind of had challenges meeting each other on the same level, was that, you know, it does seem like this person may have been more willing to take sacrifices and cut things out. As we're with you, Cancer, I just see that either way, what's really in store for you, especially with that cornucopia card, that for a lot of you, like, you are in store for a life that has so much abundance to offer, like not only a wealthy lifestyle, but a lifestyle that encompasses like strong, stable, secure, loyal relationships as well, and like security in terms of the work that you do and the home that you live, right? As we're with this person, it seems like they're a little bit more comfortable with living life kind of in that less certain kind of state, right? This person is kind of an individual who could even be willing to lose it all or start all over again and things like that. And I just feel for you, Cancer, you do require more of that stability. And I feel like this person is having some sort of rude awakening around that. And it does seem like they do desire, or they know that if they want to keep you, they have to come towards you, but not in a sense of being necessarily just successful. More than anything, I think this person needs to understand that you never approach love from a place of pride. That's interesting. So it seems like that's what this person's being woken up out of, Cancer, is that they might be starting to view love and connections in a brand new light. And they're recognizing that, you know, maybe the reason why they haven't been able to see success in their relationships, they also have the Tower here, is that when it comes to love, it's not just about their own personal satisfaction and security. And I do see that this person does very much feel that they are going to miss out on an opportunity with you, Cancer, if they don't try to manifest something with you and they don't come forward towards you offering some sort of higher level of union, okay? So why I'm saying all of this is because I feel, Cancer, that this is where this person has really been left in a place of indecision. It's almost like they have no other choice but to come forward and truly say something to you, because they're having an awakening. They're recognizing that they may miss out on an opportunity, and they are recognizing you as a soulmate energy. The tables have turned in a sense. For a lot of you, Cancer, I do feel that this person was the one who initially made you feel either, you know, you questioned your self-worth because of this connection or what you had to offer in terms of, you know, just in general. And it seems like now the tables have turned and now this person is really being confronted with a lot of their actions and other such things. And they definitely are coming forward wanting some forgiveness from you. Okay, so let's go ahead and get a bit more about the dynamic. I'm actually going to use the sexual tarot, sexual magic tarot. Okay. All right. So Cancer, we have Justice again. Okay, more Libra energy. Some of you could have like strong Libra placements. Perhaps you have like a Libra moon or something like this. We also have the Three of Cups, which of course, as we know, is an energy that speaks to rejoice and reunion as well, having reason to celebrate. Okay, so it does seem that, you know, with this reconciliation, this is definitely how justice is being served in some way. But it almost seems interesting in a sense, Cancer, where I feel like the wheels of fate have been turned in a sense where you may now be the one who has to make the decision. You may be the one where now the power lies in your hands because you have the Magician on your side of things, right? So it's really like almost like with this indecision card, it's going to be up to you of whether or not you really want to allow this to be something that flourishes in your life, as where maybe in the past this person didn't really give you a choice, Cancer. That's what I'm seeing here. Okay, we also have the Nine of Pentacles showing again, so it's wanting to kind of appear through in this reading quite a few times, Cancer. So what I feel like is that this individual, Cancer, they are seeing you as somebody of high caliber, of high quality. Okay, they see you as somebody who takes care of themselves and takes care of those around them. And, you know, there could be some sort of memento or something that this person has that reminds them of you as well, Cancer. And that's kind of what provokes them to come forward. Because I feel like there may be somebody in the situation who is reminiscing about simpler times of when it just seemed that everything was an equal give and take and there wasn't really any bad blood between the two of you, if you will. Okay, so let's see what else we have here. Please give me one more card for my Cancers. Thank you. We got two. So we have the Devil energy. Interesting, Cancer. So this is where the level of temptation comes up, I feel, Cancer. And I'm not going to lie, as you can see the imagery here in the Devil card. Male or female doesn't matter, but if this individual is a male, it seems very much that they may have like the magic stick, if you will. Okay, they are appearing as the Queen of Wands, so this person could be incredibly sexy and magnetic and charming and just kind of have an idea of how to seduce you or really turn you on. Okay, Cancer, but you have to have that in your awareness. Some of you might be dealing with a Capricorn or somebody with Capricorn placements. Okay, but it does seem like I said, Cancer, there was something here where this person, there was either decisions that they were making or people that they were involved with. As you can see with the Devil, there's kind of like this tantric party going on in the background. So there could have even been influences in this person's life that, you know, just caused them to kind of make bad decisions and other such things. And I really do feel that they are kind of coming to a place of awakening. It's almost like they want to purify themselves. They want to go on a more spiritual path, if you will, or at least a more purified path, where I feel like they're kind of done with a lot of the things that they were involved with that weren't really good for them. Okay, we also have the Empress here as well. So I'm telling you, Cancer, this is how this individual is seeing you now. They genuinely see you as somebody who is perhaps, like, again, their soulmate. They're like their better half, again, male or female. They see you as their divine counterpart. And, you know, Cancer, this is interesting because, like I said, I really do see it where once you didn't really have a decision, this person may have left you out in the cold to some degree, and now the decision truly lies in your hands. Okay, with you appearing now to this individual as the Empress, you know, you are sitting on your throne, and I don't see that you are simply going to just jump into anything without making a correct decision first, or sorry, making, you know, sound judgment first, I should say. Okay, yeah, on the bottom we have the Five of Cups. Okay, so as you can see, this man is handing like this bouquet to this woman, and she seems as though she's reluctantly accepting it. And I really do see this woman as being you, Cancer, where essentially you may accept the apology, but do you see like this flame, this torch it's been thrown into this fountain? It's almost telling me, and there's also a mask in there as well. So what it's telling me is that, like, essentially the illusions have been dispelled, and even for some of you, this is an unrequited love. For some of you, because we did have that energy here, right? Unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Like I said, for some of you, for this individual, it's too little too late. You have chosen to be in your singlehood with the Nine of Pentacles showing here in the center. And it seems like this person, they're coming in wanting a piece of you, whether that's your time, your energy, your love, or even physically. Okay, especially as Pentacles are the physical. So some of you, yes, this person could be coming in with a lot of desire and passion as well with the Devil energy. Okay, and I just feel for you, Cancer, for some of you, okay, this might not be for all of you, but for some of you, the flame has already gone out, you know. The ship has already taken sail, if you will, the Chariot energy. But I do see that this person is going to be very determined, Cancer, to win you over. They're going to be quite persuasive as well. Like I said, even for some of you, it can make it difficult, Two of Swords, to make a decision when this person comes forward, because they may really get your sensations going. That's what this particular Two of Swords speaks to. You could see this man has this flower in this woman's face, and she has like feathers by her feet. And essentially what this is saying is that, you know, it's all about using the intuition and the senses and the touch. So, you know, also for some of you, Cancer, should this person make a return, you may also want to question of whether or not to actually physically meet with this person. Because if they have the Devil and the Empress here, Cancer, I'm just saying for some of you, you are quite in store for somebody who may have big intentions, especially with that Chariot energy. This person may have intentions of trying to dominate the situation in some way to get their way. Okay, so they may be telling you all sorts of things and making all sorts of promises. And it's not to say that this person hasn't made a significant change, but it just seems interesting, Cancer, that for some of you, it's really been like a reversal of roles, where I feel like at one time you kind of felt powerless in the situation. And you could have even felt like you were the chaser. You know, for some of you, I will admit, when you were initially involved with this person, you know, it could have been a time where you had, you may have, you know, been a little bit infatuated with this person. But I feel like that spell has been disillusioned, and that you're not necessarily feeling that way about this individual anymore. And I will be honest with you, Cancer, it seems as though this person, they did have awareness of your feelings for them. They did have awareness of this hole in the soul energy as well, of how they made you feel separate, how they made you feel isolated. And so that's why you'll be very reluctant to accept this apology. And for some of you, I see you accepting the apology, but not anything else, right? And so just watch, because like I said, the Chariot is very direct energy. This person seems like they're going to be quite diligent and focused about, you know, winning your favor, getting you to say yes, okay? Because indecision is right here in the middle of this reading, Cancer, okay? So we'll get a little bit more to clarify. I'm actually going to use the Vice Versa Tarot. I haven't used this deck in a while. All right, Cancer. Oh, well, interesting. We just had the World and the Seven of Pentacles fall out, which makes me feel, Cancer, for some of you, this person, they could have definitely have thought that by now you would have reached out to them or talked to them. And now this person, they've kind of found themselves in a place of waiting. It's interesting for some of you. I do see that this person initially rejected you in hopes that, you know, not to, I don't want to throw this person under the bus, if you will, but essentially what this is saying is that I feel that this person may have rejected you at some time, Cancer, or purposely like made you feel left out, because it's almost like, you know, that's what Temperance energy is. So this is knowing when to put your energy in and when to take it out. That's tempering, right? And I must say, Cancer, that for some of you, this person kind of had an idea of this. And I think that, you know, when it came to your connection, there could have been times where this person cut things short. You know, like maybe like when you talked on the phone or when you were with them, this person was always quick to like cut things short, or they never seemed to have time, or they're always kind of putting you on the back burner. And it almost seems like not only was it because this person was somewhat in a sleep-like consciousness where they couldn't really see things as they are because they were disillusioned, but not only that, but it's almost like this person to some degree, like that's how they deal with things, right? Especially with the King of Swords. Like it almost seems like they don't really let things get close enough to really be relevant or important, right? And again, with the Wheel of Fortune, this is telling me that something has shifted, where now this person is feeling like, oh, now they might be rejected. That could even be a fear that this person has, Cancer. Okay, so let's see here. So please give me one card for my Cancers. What must Cancer know? Thank you. Okay, so we have the King of Pentacles, but it's in the reverse position. And that's what I was saying, Cancer, especially because for you, you're showing up here in this reading twice as the Queen of Pentacles. Regardless of your sign, it doesn't matter. It's just letting you know that essentially what I was mentioning to you, justice is being served, because this person, Cancer, for some of you, you're recognizing that they simply could not provide for you the tangible things that you truly need. For a lot of you, you really do require stability and consistency in a relationship, right? Even if it becomes a little bit predictable, you know, passion is great, excitement is great. This person is showing up as the Queen of Wands, but you know, essentially with fire energy, it needs something to burn, and so essentially it can end up fizzling out as well. And that's what I feel like for some of you, Cancer. I will say that kind of the attraction level has fizzled out for you, and you might actually be in search of something greater now. Okay, so that could be why this person is feeling rejected. You could be sharing this information with this person, Cancer, is that maybe you're just letting them know that you've kind of moved on, that you've healed yourself, that this hole in the soul energy that you've had to feel in the void yourself, and that, you know, for some of you, you're not open to accepting this individual again. Some of you may be, because I do see that this person, regardless of how you may initially feel, even upon hearing this information here today, Cancer, you may still, you may be very determined, and, you know, especially with the Page of Swords, you know, they are very determined, and they have they do have the capability of pulling things off, right? But they're still in that neophyte energy. So just be aware that this person may come on being very intense, very sexual, very passionate, very, that's what I see. But what I will say here, Cancer, is I just cannot help but notice there's such a lack of water energy in this reading. So it's almost like this person is still void of the necessary emotion, okay, that is required here. So we also have the King of Swords again, okay? And I just see this person, there's something about this person, Cancer, in the way that they decide to behave, that they can be very cold, they could be very, even seemingly calculating at times as well, where this person, I feel like for them, I'll be quite honest, Cancer, this individual, although they do have feelings and they want all of these things in terms of love, love is not a priority for this person, okay? Just so many of you are aware, whomever this person is that is making this reconciliation, it does not seem that love is of an utmost priority to them. Okay, we also have the Two of Cups here as well. So that is twin flame energy here. But what I feel like, Cancer, is that this is telling some of you, because we have this Three of Wands here, some of you, when you do finally make this decision with this indecision card, some of you will be tempted. Some of you are going to move forward because you're recognizing this connection as a soulmate connection, but some of you truly desire a twin flame. A twin flame is that water connection, right? The twin, as where the soulmate connection, it could very much also be based more off of desire. Okay, and that's why you usually see in the Lovers card, the man is like staring at the woman, and she has like the fruits on the tree, because it speaks to that physical component. So, you know, with the soulmate energy, there may be a lot of that like electric energy of just like feeling very attracted and magnetized to one another, as where with the Two of Cups, it can be just as intense, but there's this level of transparency and authenticity that is provided there as well. It's such a beautiful connection, but please keep in mind as well, a twin flame connection is truly something that is incredibly aware, or is incredibly rare. And the reason why I say this is because it requires for us to be in a high level of self-awareness and consciousness in order to come into union with our twin flame. With the twin flame, they reflect who we are authentically on a soul-based level. Okay, that's why it's a water relationship. It's transparency. Not to say that it's all perfect and that, you know, challenges will not arise with the twin flame as well, but it's a very different type of connection. And I feel like for some of you, Cancer, the reason why this energy, this individual's energy from your past is showing up as the Four of Cups is because you may actually reject this person to actually continue on your path forward towards actually coming into alignment with your twin flame. Some of you could have had the impression that this person was a twin flame, but now you're recognizing that they're a soulmate. Okay, and we'll get one more card here. So please give me one card. Thank you. Interesting. So we have the Moon, but it's in the reverse position. So for some of you, this reconciliation could be taking place around the new moon, as I see the new moon. And actually, on a side note, I believe that new moon is on the 9th or 10th of July, like depending on where you're located. But that's a new moon in your particular sign as well, Cancer. So just have that in your awareness, because it can be a very powerful time. The new moon is a time where we set our intentions and we plant the seeds of intention for what we wish to grow for ourselves in the future. Okay, so have that in your awareness. It could be around the new moon period for some of you that you will be experiencing some sort of connection, or even some of you will be coming into connection with somebody who does appear to be a twin flame energy around that time. And so that's why, remember, Cancer, we did have both the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles showing up here. Some of you could be in a situation where one person might be offering you more of an authentic connection, again on a soul-based level, and then another individual may be somebody who has a little bit more security or stability to offer you. Okay, but you know, either way, Cancer, remember, it's not just a choice between two. Sometimes there's three. The third choice could be for some of you to remain single. right? You may have options in your upcoming future here, but some of you may even still to choose to be on your own singular path because you know that there are great things in store for you. Okay, but let's go ahead here, Cancer, and finish out this reading with some oracles. So I'm going to use the Moonology deck. Let's see. Actually, you know what? Let's use some Zodiac cards. How far are we into this reading? I hope it's not too long. Okay. All right, Cancer, it's pretty long here, so I'm actually going to just finish out with the oracles here. Okay, so please give me one card for my Cancer. Thank you. So we have, you're very close to achieving your goal, gibbous moon. So for some of you, Cancer, you are really being called to continue on a specific path. If you've started something new, like a new job or new project, a business or something like this, just know that that goal that you've set out, you are closer to achieving it than you think. And most successful people in the world will tell you that they reach their success at a time of wanting to give up. It was like their success was just on the other side of them giving up, meaning like if they did actually give in or give up on their goal, they wouldn't have achieved it. So if some of you are feeling that way, you feel like you might not have been able to see results, or you're not really sure if you're manifesting all that is really meant for you, just know that honestly, you're just about there, Cancer. Like, this is not the time to give up. Okay, and let's see what's going on. Let's get one for this person. So please give me one card for the person Cancer is dealing with. All right, so we have work through your fears, new moon in Scorpio. So I do feel that this person, Cancer, they are attempting to work through their fears. Some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio, but it does not have to be. We have more of that new moon energy here as well. So this person could be going a lot into their subconscious mind, whether that's intentionally or not, and just trying to work through some fears that they may have had. And that could even just be the fear of approaching you in terms of, because this person, it does seem like the main thing that they're worried about is some form of rejection. And I feel like that's because this person is afraid that you may choose to treat them in a way that they may have once treated you, Cancer. But I don't see that. I see you staying and residing in a very high energy, Cancer. Even if you don't accept this individual back into your life, I do see that you're still going to give them closure in the most noble and graceful of ways. Okay, and oh, interesting, more Scorpionic energy on the bottom. It says it's time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio. Okay, Cancer, so a lot of Scorpionic energy showing through here. Scorpio really does speak to the shadow component of ourselves as well. So what this is telling me is that for this person, Cancer, I feel like they still have a lot of inner work that they would have to do in order to meet you on your level for what you need in terms of a connection. And some of you are really going to be open about that and express that honestly with this person should they approach you. Okay, so let's get one final card here, Cancer, from the Blessed Bee deck. So let's see here. Please give me one card for my Cancers. Thank you. All right, Cancer. So the last card that we have for you to close out this reading is a blessing for good work. Okay, beautiful. So exactly, some of you have been working on something with that Queen of Pentacles energy. It could be anything. It could be working on yourself, working on your dreams, working on your goals, working harder at your actual job. Okay, this is telling you that there's going to be a blessing of abundance coming your way. But I'm actually going to go ahead and read this card for you as well, Cancer. So let's go ahead and see what it has to say. This is number 18. Okay. Also too, as we have both the new moon and the full moon in Scorpio showing through here, I just want to let you know, Cancer, so I believe that the full moon is on either like the 24th or 25th, depending on where you're located in the world. And essentially, that's going to be a full moon in Aquarius. So essentially, how the full moon cycles work is that 6 months prior, we would have had the new moon in the sign of Aquarius. So whatever you were associating with, or the seeds of intention that you were planting, the words that you were using and the things that you were surrounding yourself with at that time, that is actually what is going to be illuminated at the time of the full moon. So a full moon is an illumination. That's when the sun and the moon are on opposite sides. And so the sun's solar energy will actually illuminate the moon as it is a luminary of the sun. Okay, so very interesting to know that as well. I feel like for some of you, these new moon and full moon phases are very powerful, so pay attention to what's going on around you at that time. And let's go ahead here, Cancer, and finish out this reading. So it says, a blessing to bring to you, work that offers you opportunity to grow the soul, to create and be fulfilled with those who will allow you to develop the talents that lie within you. Each of us longs for work that allows our soul to expand and meet the potential of each day, but we often fall short, feeling work is mundane and purposeless. Yet we touch people with our words, energy, actions each day, changing lives with the beacon of our smiles and encouragement. I was sensing that a lot for some of you as well, Cancer. Like I was going on about how beautiful some of you are. Some of you have like just like such a significant like that signature smile. I'm seeing that for some Cancer out there. Like that's actually one of the most beautiful characteristics about you. Okay, but yeah, so it says, let there be good work for you. And know that even if your work seems ordinary, nothing is without its blessings. May your soul's luminous radiance light up all opportunities to do good work and to find satisfaction in the small beauties of each day. May your work, however humble it may seem to be, find its purpose to heal and to help and to expand the abilities you have been so very blessed to receive. May your work reward you with enough in your pocket and skills born new into the world, which you can teach others and share and bring to your own life, enriching the personal with that what you do through your working day. May every act of work become a kind act of devotion, shining on the beauty of your blessed soul, showing to you the infinite variety of ways we can bring blessings to others. May you find the truth of the sacred within your work and be blessed with the knowledge that Spirit works through you, for you bring blessings of light, of comfort, of healing and renewal to all those that you encounter throughout your working days. Know it is blessed to find dissatisfaction too, and that this discontent can drive you forth into the arms of the next place that has the need for your skills and presence. May your work bring to you the blessings and never leave you tired beyond what you can do. May those who receive the work you do be uplifted and never fail to offer you their thanks and gratitude. So know that all that has come into full circle. May you be mindful with your work, available and present for those who seek your help. And may this focus refresh and reawaken you in your value each day. May each day begin with anticipation for the unknown work you will do. And may it end the satisfaction of knowing that you brought your gifts to the day and changed it for the better, thanks to the work of your own two hands. Blessed be. All right, so that's what I have for you, Cancer. I really do hope that it helps and that it resonates with you. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe, and do share this video with any Cancers out there that you feel may be helped by it or that would resonate with it. And until I see you all again in a few weeks, I am wishing you the greatest of love and healing. Until next time, my friends.